So I want to give a little breakdown of the Iron Addicts, what I know about the Iron Addicts Gym Miami. I had first got turned on to Iron Addicts when I was living in Palm Springs last year. I was actually watching Rich piano videos when C.T. Fletcher came on and talked about Iron Addicts. There was a grand opening that took place, I think, back in April, maybe May of last year. And a website had been set up, and I reached out to the website, and it was Angel, who I'd known from David Barton, that had originally had a place here in the beach in South Beach, and then moved over to set up a location in downtown Miami. Angel had gotten involved with Iron Addicts, and I'll tell you what, that's by far the best gym I've personally ever been in. One of the best gyms I've ever been in. I haven't been to Gold's Venice. I understand that's incredible, but Iron Addicts Miami, these guys really put a lot of time and effort into setting up what would be a real jewel for this city. So Miami was very lucky to have that brought to them. So I got involved. I think officially it opened in August, and I got in June. There were June or July. I joined up as a member, and it was just a phenomenal place. I will say that I personally never look. A lot of guys are on roids. I mean, guys are on roids everywhere, but I personally have never been approached about dope, if you will, and so. When I drove by the location yesterday and saw the moving vans, initially I thought the gym was getting new equipment, but then a buddy of mine from the gym texted me and said things got shut down, and that's when I went back to the location and put up that previous film. And I had knocked on the door, and a U.S. Marshal was standing inside, and it was very nice, and came out and gave me a breakdown. Evidently, Rodriguez, the principal to get the gym up and running here in Miami, was running a steroid ring out of his home and pushing it at that location, or having offices or something upstairs. I personally was completely and totally unaware that anything like that was happening. There were athletes, professional athletes, working out at that location. There were police officers working out at that location, and I had no idea that anything like that was going on. So you'll see in the video who's been indicted. I personally don't know any of the people. There were some real nice vehicles. Like I said, there were professional athletes working out there, so there were nice vehicles parked in that lot. But everyone knew that the McLaren with the Iron Addicts Miami sticker on the back was the owner, and I maybe saw him a couple times, if I even saw him. I didn't even recognize him when I saw the picture on the on Fox. So that's what I know. I'm gonna shoot some more pictures for you, and I guess I've heard from one video that he was on a flight or trying to get out of town to L.A. Don't know what good that would have done him. And another angle I've heard is that his other employees were and those, from my understanding, they were not Iron Addicts per se employees. They must have been employees of his steroid narcotics, if you will, business, that had also been arrested. His wife, one of them. So that's what I know. He lived somewhere here on the beach. I don't know where he lived. I never saw the vehicle apart from parking lot there at Iron Addicts. The location is close to Wynwood, the Wynwood District, Edgewater, Miami. Great location. And there is a location about half a block away that was an MMA studio that local members of the gym, including Angel, met at yesterday to talk about possibly pursuing an opening there at that site. As far as taking over the lease from this Rodriguez guy, as he's completely out, I don't know what that entails. I don't know if that's a possibility or not. But again, the location for that gym is a great one. And hopefully Rashid and Fletcher's got his name attached to it. Whoever else is involved can get So I just pulled up to location. Want to give a quick taping update. I'm right here at the Iron Addicts location. You can see the moving vans. Team Apple is the name on the shirt. Taking all equipment, confiscating all equipment out of Northeast 17th location here of the Iron Addicts. But you can see the parking lot right here. That's where obviously that's where the McLaren was parked. If you've watched earlier post of mine, I joined this gym I think officially in like late June or July. I had heard about it from Rich Piana videos on YouTube, and then CT Fletcher while I was living in Palm Springs. This was by far one of the best gyms I've ever been in. It's very unfortunate. I never would have suspected a multi-million-dollar steroid business was being ran from this place. Never would have suspected it. Like most gyms, guys use roids. That was prevalent. It's apparent. But I wouldn't have suspected that Rodriguez, who I didn't know personally, now that I'm looking at other pictures of him and photos of him, I certainly saw him. I do recognize him. But I would have never suspected that this happened. So get out of the vehicle, have a look, see what we can see. Everything's basically being confiscated by the U.S. Marshal Service and the DEA. So we'll flip the screen here. We'll have a look. There's somebody going upstairs. There's some seated press. It's heavy equipment, no doubt. Houston, Texas. So evidently, Rodriguez was running a multi-million-dollar business, Chinese steroids. You can see everything's labeled, categorized. It's very unfortunate. This is a great gym, man. And everything's being taken as evidence. Follow the trails. Multi-million-dollar business. Seems from a Miami Herald post that Rodriguez and his wife made a couple $1 million in cash last year. And the figure they shot out was $10 million business that had been run. Never would have suspected this. So if you watch my earlier recording, there's a note for another gym, the Fight Club, the Miami Fight Club. That's a couple blocks away. He's posted his card up here. That is not a facility. So we are across the street, looking at external view of the gym. Great facility, great location. Across the street is the Vice City coffee shop. Roland and his wife own this place, highly recommended. So what I'm going to do right now is walk you up to the location that I believe Angel and some of the other folks there at Iron Addicts are considering possibly transferring, opening up a new gym at. And I used to work for a company called, I'm from California, I worked for a company called Vitargo, and I came out here with Vitargo carbohydrate supplement. And so I know this space over here because they were very much interested in Vitargo. But for some reason they lost their lease or left. That's an old MMA space. So inside that 1625 you can see there is where the meeting was held last night to talk about and consider that as a possible new location for a gym. I'm not suggesting that Iron Addicts name will be used. I certainly hope that it will, that CT Fletcher and Mike Rashid are able to work with Angel and find a new location to continue using their name. I know that the time and effort that was put in to building this location here was immense. I mean, this was by far one of the best gyms I've ever been in, by far. Great guys, great organization. It came as a huge shock to me that that there was a illegal steroid business being run out of it. Major shock. Like any gym, guys use steroids, it's prevalent, but to know that there was a major multi-million-dollar business being channeled out there on the second floor was a major surprise. Somewhere up there in one of those offices, perhaps where those boards are. So anyway, again, $10 million business is the figure that I got from the Miami Herald, and $2 million in cash is what they made last year. So no trespassing. Just another quick look here inside the gym. Sorry for the blur, the reflection, hard to see, but great location, and pretty unfortunate what's happened, but hey, that's life. Try to keep things legal. That's the best thing you can do, is keep things legal. Start treading into illegal waters, and can change a lot of people's lives. So everything's labeled, organized, being taken in, confiscated for evidence, and that's it. So hopefully these guys can figure out a way to continue to use the name Iron Addicts at a different facility. Maybe somehow take over the lease of this facility. For the moment, and for the time being, this operation has been shut down. So